Hello student, I welcome you all in online lecture series. I am Dr. Ganesh Mogal, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, KTHM College, Nasik. Today we are going to discuss two program. First program is a program to print prime number in a given range, and second program is a program to find factorial of a given number from concept of a programming. So let's begin. Welcome. So in previous lecture we discussed about the programming language. In previous lecture we also discussed about the what is keywords, what is the identifier, then what are the constants. Then we also discuss some data types. Friends, in this lecture, we have to see the application of all these C tokens. That is, in this lecture, we have to see the two program. First program is program to print the prime number, and second program is a program to find factorial of a given number. In this lecture we have to also see what is algorithm, flowchart and program to find to print the prime number, and algorithm, flowchart and program to find factorial of a given number. After attending this lecture, student will be understand about what is a prime number, what is a factorial of a given number, and also a student will be able to draw flowchart, write algorithm and write a program to print prime number and to find factorial of a given number. So question is arises, what is a prime number? The number which is divisible by itself or divisible by 1 is prime number. Or in other word, we can say that prime number is a whole number greater than whose factor are 1 and itself. Examples of a few prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 13, 15, 17, up to so on. These are the prime number. These number are divisible by itself or divisible by 1. In this program, we are going to generate first n such prime number. When n is given, where n is given by user, that is, if user want to generate a 10 prime number, then n is equal to 10, and if user is want to generate 100 prime number, then n is equal to 100. Keep in mind the first prime number is 2, and which is only even prime number, and all other prime numbers are generally odd prime number. Algorithm: first accept R1 and R2. So what is R1? R1 is initial value and R2 is a final value or final number. And in between R1 and R2 there is a range of a prime number, or we have to find the prime number in between R1 and R2. Now consider n is equal to R1, that is a first prime number. Then prime flag, it is a consider as a 0. Prime flag is equal to 0. Then consider d is equal to 2. Then if n is divided by d and remainder is 0, this is n modulus d. it indicates that n is divided by d and remainder is a 0, then prime flag is considered as 0 and go to step number 8. Now increment d by 1. So d became a 3. Now we have to check the condition. Is d is less than n? Okay. N is a R1. Okay. Is d is less than n? Go to step 5. Else go to step number 8. If a prime flag is equal to 0, then step 10 is executed. And then print the number, that is a prime number. Now n is incremented by 1. Now we have to check the condition. Is n is less than or equal to R2? That is final prime number. Okay, or last number. We have to check the condition. Is n is less than or equal to R2? If this condition is satisfied, then go to step number 4. That is d is equal to 2. And then the again actually here is a go to step number 5. Again n is divided by d and remainder, check the remainder. Is remainder is a 0 and this process is carried out. Then stop. So this is the algorithm. Okay, R1 is a initial value, R2 is a final value, then n is considered as R1, that is a first value, then d is equal to 2, R1 is divided by d, or simply n is divided by d, d is incremented by 1, okay, up to n, okay, and the process is carried out up to we get the range of a prime number in between R1 and R2. Now this is the flowchart. First step is a start, then second accept R1 and R2, that is the initial value and final value, or simply first number and last number. Then here we have to consider n is equal to R1. Okay, this is the initialization. Now n is less than or equal to R2. This is used to check the condition, and n is incremented by 1. So n is equal to n plus 1. Prime flag is considered as 1. Now d is equal to 0. D is equal to 2. D is incremented by 1. So d is equal to d plus 1, and d is incremented by 1 up to d is less than or equal to n minus 1, or simply n. Now n is divided by d. Okay, n is divided by d. It indicates that the first number is divided by d, that is divided by 2, and we have to check the remainder. If remainder is equal to 0, yes, then prime flag is considered as a 0. Okay, otherwise next go to next value of a d, that is d is incremented by 1. Again n is divided by d and check the remainder. This process is carried out, and then we have to consider a next value of n. Okay, and the execution of a program is in a loop. Okay, when this process is complete, then print the prime number n and then stop. Okay, now we have to see what is the program to print the prime number. First is a hash. First is program to print prime number in a given range. This is a comment line. This line is not executed during the execution of a program. Then hash include is a preprocessor directive. stdio.h is a standard input output. .h means header file. We use printf and scanf function, which are the standard input and output function, and therefore we use stdio.h. Then hash include conio.h. In this program we use clear screen, which is a used to clear the previous output, and get ch, which is a used to hold the output window, and therefore we use conio.h. Now main function, the codes are to be executed, and therefore we use main function. Then this is the opening curly bracket. The body of a program is in the pair of a curly bracket, that is a opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. This is the opening curly bracket. Now consider the variables. Integer, n is an integer, okay, it is a whole number, okay. R1 is an integer, first prime number. R2 is also integer, okay, that is the last prime number. And in between R1 and R2 there is a range of a prime number. Prime flag, it is equal to 0, prime flag is equal to 1. This prime flag is also a integer, and d is equal to 2 is also integer. Now clear screen is a use to clear the previous output. Now the message display on a screen, that is enter the range of prime number by using output function, that is printf function, okay. Slash n is a use to get a new line, and this output function, printf function, is a terminated with the semicolon, okay. This message is a display on a screen. Now we have to enter the range, okay, that is the first prime number and last prime number, so that we use scanf function, which is input function. Percentage d, it indicates that R1 and R2, these are integer. Now printf, the message prime number, this message is a display on a screen by using this output function printf, okay. Now first for loop, for that first step is initialization, that is n is equal to R1, this is the initialization. N is less than or equal to R2, okay, this is final condition, okay. N is incremented, we have to increment the n. First n is considered as R1, n is incremented, the n is incremented up to R2, okay. So this is the for loop, and when this condition is satisfied, then prime flag is considered as a 1. Now second for loop, for that first is again initialization, d is equal to 2, d is incremented by 1, and d is incremented by 1 up to d is less than n, less than or equal to n minus 1, okay. When the d is incremented up to d is less than n, less than or equal to n minus 1. Now when this condition is satisfied, that is d is less than or equal to n minus 1, then the body of or the for loop is executed. Now we have to check the condition. If n is divided by d, okay, that is n is equal to R1, okay, R1 is divided by d, that is 2, okay, and if remainder is equal to 0, okay, if this condition is true, then prime flag is considered as a 0 and break, okay. This loop is executed up to d is less than or equal to n minus 1, that is d is incremented by 1, so that it became 3, okay. And again n is divided by d, check the condition, its remainder is equal to 0. If this is true, then again prime flag is equal to 0 and the break, okay. Now if a prime flag is equal to 1, prime flag is equal to 1 if this condition is satisfied, this condition is satisfied, or this condition is true, then printf slash t, that is horizontal tab, percentage d, because number prime number n is a integer, and print all these prime number on a screen. Okay, so this is very simple program used to find the prime number. Now output of this program is, first enter the range of prime number. If we enter the range 2 to 230, then prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, and so on up to 229. Welcome. Now we have to see the algorithm, flowchart and program to find factorial of a given number. Question is arises, what is a factorial of a number? The factorial of a number is denoted by symbol explanation mark. For example, if we consider 4, then 4 factorial, that is 4 explanation mark. Okay, and the 4 factorial is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so that we get factorial of a 4. Factorial of a number is defined as a product of the number and all integer less than that number except 0 and negative integer. Okay, so it is a product of the number and all integer less than that number except 0 and negative integer. The natural number, that is a non negative integer, which are greater than 0, are used for factorial concept. If we consider a factorial of a 0, then factorial of 0, it is equal to 1. Factorial of 1, that is 1 factorial is equal to 1. 2 factorial is equal to 2 into 1, it is equal to 2. Factorial of a 3, that is a 3 factorial, it is equal to 3 into 2 into 1, it is equal to 6. Factorial of 4, that is 4 factorial, it is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, it is equal to 24. And factorial of a 5, that is a 5 factorial, it is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, it is equal to 120. The common mathematical formula for finding the factorial of a number n is given below. N factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 up to so on. So this is related to factorial of a given number. Now we have to see how to find factorial of a given number. For that, first is algorithm. First step, start. Then read a number. Read a number n. Which factorial we have to determine? Then consider, let fact is equal to 1 and counter is considered as a 2. Factorial fact is equal to 1 and counter is considered as a 2. Now calculate the factorial using formula, that is fact is equal to fact into counter. Okay, now the counter is considered as n. If a counter, now we have to check the condition. If counter is equal to n, okay, then go to step number 7. Add 1 to the counter, that is a counter is incremented by 1, and go to step number 4. Again counter is incremented by 1, again find factorial is equal to fact into counter. Okay, initially counter is equal to 2, fact is equal to 1, so fact is equal to 1 into 2. Okay, check the condition, is counter is equal to n. If this condition is satisfied, then go to step number 7. If this condition is not satisfied, then add 1 in a counter and go to step number 4. Again, so the counter became 3. So fact is equal to fact into counter. In previous step, the fact is equal to 2. So fact is equal to 2 into 3. Again check the condition. its counter is equal to n. If this condition is satisfied, go to step number 7. But the condition is not satisfied, then add 1 in a counter and go to step number 4. This process is carried out up to which the number n number is a number which factorial we have to determine. Then print the factorial and then stop. Now we have to see a flow chart to find a factorial of a given number. First is star. Now we have to read the number which factorial we have to determine, that is read n. Then fact is equal to 1. Okay. Counter is equal to 2. Okay. We initialize this. Okay. So fact is equal to 1 and counter is equal to 2. Now our mathematical term is fact is equal to fact into counter. Okay. Now check the condition. Is counter is equal to n? If no, then add 1 in a counter. That is, counter is incremented by 1, and again find fact is equal to fact into counter. Okay. Again check the condition. Is counter is equal to n? If this condition is satisfied, then go to step number 7. Okay. In case of algorithm. Okay. But if counter is not equal to n, then increment 1. Counter is incremented by 1. First, fact is equal to 1. So 1 into 2, it became 2. Counter is equal to n. Okay. This condition is not satisfied. Counter is incremented by 1. So it became 2. It became 3. Okay. Counter plus 1. So it became 3. Now fact is equal to fact into counter. That is 2 into 3. Again check the condition. Counter is equal to n. If no, again counter is incremented by 1. And this process is carried out up to the condition is satisfied. When the condition is satisfied, then we get the factorial. Okay. Factorial. Factorial of a 5 is 5 into 4 into 2 of 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. So this multiplication is carried out by using formula fact is equal to fact into counter and print that factorial and then stop. Now we have to see the program to find the factorial of a given number. First is a comment line program to find a factorial of a given number. Then hash include stdio.h. Hash include is again preprocessor directive. stdio.h is a standard input output. .h is a header file. Hash include again preprocessor directive. conio.h is used because we use clear screen and get ch in a program. Then integer main. Here main is used to execute the codes. Then the body of a program is in a pair of a curly bracket. This is opening curly bracket. After opening curly bracket, we have to initialize the integer. I is a integer. Fact is equal to 1, which is a integer. Counter is equal to 2. This is also a integer. Now clear screen is used to clear the previous output. Now printf. Now we have to enter the number which factorial we have to determine. This message is a display on a screen by using this output function. Printf is a output function. The message is in a double inverted comma. Message which we have to display on a screen is in a double inverted comma, and printf function is terminated with the semicolon. Now the message is a display on a screen, and we have to enter the number which factorial we have to determine. For that we use the input function, that is a scanf. %d is used because n is an integer and n. Okay. Now consider a for loop. Counter is considered as a 2. So counter is equal to 2. Counter is incremented by 1. And counter is incremented by 1 up to counter is less than or equal to n. Okay. Now fact is equal to fact into counter. Here this for loop is executed up to the condition is satisfied, that is counter is less than or equal to n. When counter became greater than or equal to n, the execution of a program goes out of the loop. So fact is equal to fact into counter. Fact is 1, counter is 2. So 1 into 2. So fact became 2. Again check the condition. Counter is less than or equal to n. Yes. Then increment the counter. So it became 3. Fact is equal to fact into counter. That is 2 into 3. Okay. So we get some factorial. Again check the condition. Its counter is less than or equal to n. If yes, again increment counter by 1. But when counter became greater than or equal to n, then execution of a program goes out of the loop. Now we have to print the factorial of a given number on a screen, so that we use output function, that is a printf, and factorial of a given number is percentage %d, that is factorial of a given number is also integer. So that we use factorial of a given number is percentage %d fact. Okay. Get ch, which is a use to hold the output screen for some time, then return 0. Okay. So that we get the factorial of a given number. So in this lecture we discuss what is a prime number. The number which is divisible by itself or by 1 is a prime number. Okay. Program to find the prime number in a given range. R1 is a initial prime number and R2 is a final prime number, and the prime number are in a range from R1 to R2. Again we consider D is equal to 2, then R1 is divided by 2, D is incremented by 1. Okay. And we check the condition, is the remainder is 0 or not. Okay. Second program is program to find the factorial of a given number. So factorial of a given number is simply the number less than that number, the product of a number less than the number which factorial we have to determine, except 0 and negative integer. So if we have to find factorial of a 5, so 5 factorial is equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. So factorial of a given number. In the program we enter the number n, which factorial we have to determine. Okay. Then fact is equal to 1, we consider fact is equal to 1, then counter is equal to 2, then fact is equal to fact into counter. The counter is incremented by 1, and we check the condition, that is counter is less than or equal to n, and the process is carried out, that is a fact is equal to fact into counter. This process is carried out up to which the condition is satisfied, that is counter is less than or equal to n, so that we get factorial of a given number. Then now you have some assignment. First write algorithm to find factorial of a given given write a algorithm to find prime number in a given range. Then draw flowchart to find prime number in a given range. Then write a program to find prime number in a given range. Write algorithm to find factorial of a given number. Then draw flowchart to find factorial of a given number and write a program to find factorial of a given number. Send this assignment on Google Classroom.